Hey. Hey. Are you awake? Oh, thank the gods you're finally awake. How are you feeling? Hold on. Don't get up too quickly. You're still injured. Yes. Do you not remember? We were attacked by some bandits in the night. Maybe the fall gave you a concussion. Not ringing any bells? Well, we had just settled for the night among the cover of the trees when we were ambushed. They pinned us by our camp, surrounding us using the darkness to their advantage. We had little choice but to fight them off. We fought hard, but one nearly got the best of you. Noticing the situation, I pushed you aside to block the finishing blow. You lost consciousness after that, but I forced them into retreat shortly afterwards. Then I carried you to a position from which I could keep better watch, and since then, I've been waiting for you to wake up. I suppose that covers everything. No, not getting any sleep hasn't been any trouble. It was rather refreshing to experience the night out here again. Gazing at the stars in the clear night sky was mesmerizing, and the way it lit up at sunrise, my goodness, I wish you could have seen it. Actually, that's not the whole truth. I also feared too much for our safety. Who knows if those rogues would come back after all? And if something happened to you under my watch, Enough about all that, though. That's in the past. What we need now is to make sure you're all right. Does your body hurt anywhere? Your head hurts? Maybe you have a concussion after all. Is your vision blurry at all? No? All right. Maybe it's not so bad then. Still, you should drink some water. Being dehydrated after the battle certainly won't be helping. Here, let me pour some for you. Those bandits snatched some of our supplies during the fight, but we should still have some cups in our possession. And I gathered some clean water from the river just down the hill. Now where? All right. Here you go. Drink up. This will help you get your strength back. Hey, slow down. You're going to choke if you chug it down like that. Take it slow. We can take all the time we need here. We still have plenty of light left to make it back home. I do understand, though. Fresh water does feel very refreshing after a hard-fought battle. It reminds me of when I'd pull water from the river after wearing myself out playing in the fields when I was a child. I would choke just the same way, drinking so fast. Oh, it's nothing. Finished? Good. Now that's taken care of, let's take a look at your wounds. I bandaged that graze on your arm in your sleep, but it will probably need redressing, and we should check for any other wounds as well. Wouldn't want you to get an infection, now would we? Now, hold out your arm for me. I'm going to cut off these bandages. Just hold still. Alright. The graze isn't very deep, so you should only need a thin redressing to see you back home. Still, I'm going to be wrapping it quite tight, and it's likely to sting. Just bear with it, alright? There. That will do. Now, are you bleeding anywhere else? It appears not. We should check your head as well, though. There's likely to be a bump where you landed on your head. My apologies for that. I pushed you aside on impulse without considering the consequences. You're right. I suppose it couldn't be helped. Ah. Is there a bruise right here? I see. What to do? Ah. If I douse some cloth in water and strap it to your head, that should help cool any inflammation. It's not the ideal solution, but it's the best we've got. You're surprised I know so much about treating wounds? It's not something you'd expect from a knight, I suppose. I just picked up a lot from the time I had to fend for myself, before I met your family and enrolled as a knight. Life was hard back then, but I learned a fair few skills I can now use to help others, so I don't wholly regret it. Just stay still for me again while I wrap this around your head. All right. That should do until we get back home. Considering how overwhelmed we were, it was fortunate you weren't injured anywhere else. Just as well, too. I'm not sure we'd have the bandages to treat you. We packed plenty of bandages, you say? No. We didn't start with that much to begin with. You must be imagining things. What? No, I'm not hiding anything from you. I'm going to go scout for a bit, all right? To make sure the area is clear. No, that was stomachache. Maybe the food we've had on the road doesn't agree with me. Hey, what are you... Wait. Looks like you found me out. Yes, I was also wounded in the battle. Slashed across the side of my waist. But you needn't worry, it's not very deep. With proper dressing and taking care not to pressure the wound, I'll be fighting fit again in no time. I've suffered worse. Trust me. This is nothing. And better me than you, really. I appreciate your concern, but I don't think you should worry that much about it. Really, it's fine. We're nearly back home anyway. I can get proper care there if need be. No, it's not really that bad. Just leave it, alright? what good am I really? I mean, I swore to protect you, and you only ended up getting hurt. Worse yet, my carelessness left me in this condition. Would we be able to hold out if we were attacked again right now? I'm not fit to be your protector. But don't you see? I have to be hard on myself, because being able to defend you and your family is all I have. If I don't have the strength to protect you, I'm nothing. When I was young, 12 to be exact, my village was attacked by bandits. My family tried to stand up to them, but they were only humble farmers. I couldn't do anything to stop them. And my mother and father. After that, I made a pledge that I would gather the strength to fight anything that would threaten to harm the innocent. Of course, I had to make some kind of living after that, so I traveled around, working every odd job I could find to keep myself going. And eventually, after seeing me hard at work, your family took me in. I could scarcely believe it. You took me, a scrawny mercenary making a living off of scraps earned on the fields of crops and war, and gave me shelter, a place to call home. It made me happy. I never even wanted to be considered part of the family. I was satisfied just being wanted, needed, without expecting anything in return. And in fact, you made me want to give back, to repay you for your family's generosity. Ever since that day, I swore on my life I would use this sword to protect those I was in service to, with my dying breath if necessary. I never want to face another loss like I did back then. Of course I've never told you before. It's not exactly an easy topic to bring up. I'm not proud of everything I did to survive before your family took me in. And I still have nightmares about losing my family. About losing you. I never meant to lie to you. I just didn't want you to worry. I'm sorry. I suppose you're right. I've known you as long as anyone. If I can't open up to you, there would be no one else to listen. And even if the battle may have left us scarred and bruised, at least we're still alive. I still have my regrets, but if that's enough for you, then I won't complain. Thank you. That was just the encouragement I needed. You really are special. You know that? I know the nobility gets a bad reputation. Many of the common folk generalize them as greedy and self-centered, only out to secure their own wealth and status. But you were never like that. It is true that you are wealthy and powerful, but I've seen that those merits have been earned through hard work and compassion. You're not content to rest on your fortunes and actively work to benefit the strong and weak alike. So, I never want you to lose heart or doubt yourself. Believe me, you're worth fighting for. Would you like some more water? You should drink while you can. We likely won't be stopping until we get back home. Of course. Here. Let's spend another little while here before we set off. Gather our strength for the final stretch. Well, you're very welcome for the help on this journey. It's always my pleasure to be by your side.